Hello and welcome back to the Limelight podcast. I'm Lauren,
And I'm Chandler.
and we're super excited to talk to you about sales today. But first, I wanted to go over just a few current events. Have you seen that ChatGPT can create images now and they're like actually good?
Yeah, I think that's something that kind of actually scares me as going to college for like a photography degree. I saw some of the images and I was like, no one's gonna know how to take a picture anymore.
No. It can do hands now where I haven't seen it. And like a little funny story, we were talking about Insane Clown Posse yesterday, and so I like created a little image of some DLMers at the Gathering of the Juggalos, and it's too good. It's too good.
Yeah.
I did not need to see me as a juggalo. It's too real.
Well, it's also crazy. I learned this too, which I did not know. Did you know that there's a ChatGPT Pro?
Yeah, we have it.
No, we have the Plus.
We have the plus. There's different.
There's a pro version that's $200 a month, and it has this thing called an operator, and it can literally do anything you've ever wanted to. So this person went through and it coded them an entire site for free with no sort of background or anything. And the operator did everything himself. It opens its own window, uses your internet browser, and does everything for you.
That's interesting.
$200 a month.
I'll have to look into that. I wonder what, like, if there's any mistakes or anything, because I know sometimes, like, I'll play around with AI content and stuff, and it's, like, not always correct, or it's not always updated, or it's not, like, it doesn't always understand, like, idioms and, like, figures of speech and stuff. It takes things very literal, so I'm intrigued.
Yeah, honestly, look into it. It's insane. I watched a video on like what it can do, and it is the most powerful like AI operator there is. It's crazy.
Wow. That's really cool. I'll have to check it out. Other thing, Nintendo announced their Nintendo Switch number 2. That's kind of cool, but did you see that Mario Kart's gonna
$80? $80, bro?
I don't
For
know.
Mario Kart?
I know. It's crazy. I think I have it on the Switch 1 and I bought it for like 45. So almost a double the price is crazy.
Is it, I mean, I don't really know much about the Switch. Like, is it really that good of a system to be charging $80 for a game?
I only play Animal Crossing. So
Okay. Yeah.
for me, at the moment, I will not be buying the Switch 2, but we'll see. I don't know. They could entice me. I'm just scared of that price tag.
I also wonder if like they're gonna see all the backlash because I feel like everyone all I've seen is bad things about it. So I wonder if they're gonna be like, oof, okay, guys,
Yeah.
you were right. How about we do 70?
Yeah, we'll have to see too, because I think like not all the specs are out yet. And so maybe if there's like actually something worth, upgrading for it will be different. Because I know a lot of people didn't upgrade for the OLED Switch because it was just like a better screen and like better graphics. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if
It's
they
coming out like
lower the
soon. I
price.
think in the next 2 months. So yeah, we'll see. Kind of
Yeah,
excited.
in June, you're right. Yeah.
hmm Otherwise, I think let's do some limes and lemons. I
Okay. Love
I
it.
can go ahead and start us off. So, lime for me, one good thing is I think we've had a lot of really good new music releases lately. Shout out to Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. Did not expect that album to blow me away. 10 out of 10, love Bluest Flame.
Wait, I thought it was just a song.
No, there's a whole album.
Oh,
Features
I
a
thought it was just a
they
song.
feature Charlie XCX. It's quite good. We
Ooh,
love.
okay, interesting.
Yeah, would recommend. And then my lemon is just we've had a lot of weird thunderstorms and tornadoes lately, so hoping that they'll stop.
I would say my lime is that I just got to celebrate my partner's birthday with all of our friends. They came over for the weekend and surprised us, and we had a really nice weekend. And then I would say my lemon is I I went to okay, first of all, I just want to preface this. I know nothing about cars, okay? If you can't tell by who I am, I'm obviously not a great mechanic. So I went to the dealership. I was like, "Hey, I need my brakes changed." And they were like, "Oh my gosh, amazing. That will be $960." And I thought that was normal. I was like, "Yeah, sure." They changed the rotors too. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of money. And it turns out that was absolutely not a normal price for brakes and rotors. So I learned my lesson and
Yeah.
I will be utilizing those around me to check on car prices for things because who knows what prices are even a thing for cars.
Yeah, I fear you got scammed.
Oh, 100%. And you know what? I'll wear that. I will take that L and I will hold it.
Yeah, it happens. It takes you one time to learn, and
Yep. And I now know. So,
you definitely know.
yeah.
But let's go ahead and introduce our guest, Jackson, today. He's an SDR at DLM. He's been here, I believe, about a year and a half. Super excited to introduce you in Jackson.
Yeah, thanks, Lauren and Chandler, for having me today. I'm really excited to sit down and talk with you guys.
Yeah,
I
we're super
almost
excited to have you.
I almost introduced Jackson as a sales development representative at the Jeep dealership.
Jeep.
He was the one that scared me.
Oh no.
Just kidding.
Oh, that would be too funny.
No.
Perfect. So we want to go ahead and kind of get down and dirty with the sales pipeline today. Whether you're a huge company or a small business, there's a lot that goes into closing deals. There are many variations, but we kind of see a lot of sales professionals like to work by the 7-step sales process. We're going to go ahead and go through that sales pipeline, naming each step in order. And then, Jackson, we're hoping that you could give us a brief overview of what that is. So I'm going to go ahead and start us off with prospecting.
Yeah, of course. So prospecting is really kind of just like the first step of the sales funnel and the sales cycle. Really just identifying potential customers by utilizing specific tools like Zoom Info or LinkedIn, and oftentimes just searching on Google as well. Trying to find companies in your addressable market that you think would be a good fit for a potential client. Oftentimes, it involves connecting with a couple different people at that company, and then trying to get a meeting scheduled with them to go over, how DLM could potentially assist them.
Okay, so after prospecting, what would be the next step?
Yeah, well, the first two steps kind of go hand in hand, prospecting, and then the next would be preparation. Doing a little bit of market research, trying to figure out, okay, who are the competitors in their area. Really just making sure that you're tailoring your sales presentation or the demo to their needs. Because we do service a handful of different industries, you have to make sure that you know what you're talking about, being well versed and really coming as the subject matter expert for on the sales and marketing side of things, trying to, give them a little bit more information about how we could assist them.
Awesome. So after we've kind of gone through those two steps, what do you think about the approach?
Yeah, oftentimes it involves a lot of emails and trying to get in touch with them via phone as well. Trying to get in touch with a lot of practice managers or doctors, especially because how busy their schedules are, it can be a little bit difficult and it takes some time. Typically, it takes us about 8 to 10 touch points to actually get in touch with a decision maker at one of these companies. And oftentimes, it is just trying to provide them with like a sample of what our services are, or oftentimes it's a free trial as well.
So after the approach, there would be the presentation, correct?
Correct. Yes. And that's
Um,
really, oh, go ahead, Chandler.
no, I was just gonna ask you what it is. So you go ahead, King.
Appreciate that. So, oftentimes it's going to be trying to get them on a demo or a Zoom call like this. And we don't really, I would say in our vertical, PowerPoints are kind of a thing of the past. Showing them firsthand, going through like their SEMrush, looking at their Google Analytics, talking to them about any updates that they've had on their website recently, and also really just trying to figure out what their patient acquisition process looks like.
Perfect. So how do you handle those objections when they come through?
Yeah, objections are going to be a big thing. It's really oftentimes it objections can be seen as like this big hurdle that you have to come through, but a lot of the times it really just has something to do with making sure that you're on the same page as the client. Um, Understanding that there's going to be a disconnect because you haven't really had that conversation yet before. I'm really just trying to learn that their cycle and everything like that. And then really just listening to the objections and what's kind of their barriers as a practice and as a pain point right now.
Okay, so you've gone through all of those. What would closing look like?
Yeah, it's making sure that the potential client feels like that they're making the right decision, making sure that they know what's going to be happening after we do sign and what those steps look like. Really just trying to make sure that you're securing the client's decision to move forward. And oftentimes it takes a couple extra meetings or a couple extra conversations to really make them feel secure and ready to move forward.
And then after all of that, we've got one final step, and that is the follow-up.
Yeah. You don't want to just sign a client and then have them disappear from you or or have them think that you've disappeared. Constant contact is really going to be super beneficial when onboarding a client, especially making sure that we have all of the assets that we need throughout that process and just making that transition as seamless as possible.
Amazing. Nearly 6 million searches happen on Google every minute. What if your business could be the answer to some of those searches? With Google Ads, it can be. Google dominates search engines with over 91% of the market share, making it the ultimate platform to boost your visibility. With Google Ads, you can target a specific audience, whether it's by age, location, language. Your ad reaches the right people at the right time. With Digital Limelight Media, you have control. Our expert team will help you choose when your ads show and how often they appear. With Google Ads, you only pay when someone clicks. From search ads that appear right at the top of the page when someone is looking for your services, to display ads that catch eyes on other websites, Google Ads offer a variety of ways to make your brand stand out. And with our in-depth analytics and transparent reporting, you'll see exactly how your ads are performing and how you can get even better results. Ready to turn searches into sales? Visit dlmconversion.com today and let us illuminate the path to your digital success.
Jackson, I have a couple of scenarios I want to play out, and I kind of want you to give me some insight of what you think would be best, or even just like what you would do in this
Of course.
situation. So the first one's going to be the scenario is you got a potential client who seems interested, but they keep saying they need more time. And they just keep on saying that over and over. How do you get things moving forward, and how do you kind of start to get past that like gate that they have?
Yeah, that happens surprisingly a lot, or maybe not surprisingly if you're familiar with sales. But really just acknowledging that, time can be a legit concern and a real factor. At the end of the day, everybody has a personal life outside of work. So sometimes, personal things do kind of take away from that. But oftentimes there really is some hidden meanings or messages behind it. Um, Sometimes that could be pricing, just trying to figure out if, we are on the same page for what is in reasonable for their budget. Sometimes a gentle nudge, just trying to get them a little bit more like, hey, laying out the process of, hey, if we were to sign next week and have a kickoff call, kind of laying out what the next steps would be after that. Because a lot of the times, especially in our industry, things are moving pretty quickly, especially in paid ads and websites and everything like that. So sometimes, timing is everything, and being able to make sure that they have the right idea of how long the website design is going to take and everything like that is a big part of that fact, big part of like the ghosting and trying to get them back on board.
Definitely. So, kind of going off, making sure you're aligned with pricing. Say a client pushed back on the price, insisting that they could get our services cheaper somewhere else. What would be your strategy for something like that?
Yeah, I definitely highlight that DLM is not just an average marketing company. We do specialize in the healthcare and medical side of marketing. We're really just not like a product or anything like that. We have a lot of great people that work at DLM that are very knowledgeable and understand um, most situations that a practices could be going through. We really have kind of seen it all. So we're pretty knowledgeable on how to kind of tackle any problem that might arise. But also, it's really just if they are stuck on pricing, you can introduce other options like a template website if that's needed for them, because not every client or every prospect that you talk to is going to be in the same position financially, or even in their career. So you do have to really emphasize the return on investment that our services is going to bring, and answer any questions that they might have around pricing, and make sure that it comes to a understanding of there aren't going to be any surprises down the line from our end.
No, I think that is a really fleshed out answer that I think would obviously be really successful. Now I have one that I've kind of dealt with personally, and it's not even really like sales, but so the scenario is that they go radio silent after an initial meeting that went really well. No calls, no emails. What would be the next step that you would do?
Yeah, that happens all the time. Um, r- it's a bad feeling from our end, and it's also just okay. Am I trying to reach him at the wrong time? Am I looking at the wrong place? Should I try a different medium or something like that instead of sending emails, giving them a phone call? But really just, giving them some space, having to understand that, like I said earlier, some things do come up and, that might not be the number one priority for them right now. But also understanding that, okay, I think statistics say that if you don't have another meeting set up right after the first call, they're like 50% more likely to end up going radio silent or ghosting you. So getting that set up on a while you're still on a meeting with them is always um, a great bet to having them, not go radio silent, but really just having a tailored email sent to them or a phone call, staying up to date with what's going on in their practice. If they've, signed with a new partner or opened up a new location or something like that, still making sure that you're informed with what the day to day looks like at their practice.
Perfect. So now that we kind of know some tools and tactics about sales, we'd like to put those practical sales knowledge to use by promoting some DLM services. We're going to give a few of our services, and we're hoping that you could give us a little pitch. So I'll start off with conversion-focused website design.
Yeah, we have great designers and a great team here that's really going to help create like a clean, user-friendly website design that ensures prospects are kind of finding what they need quickly. That's going to be the biggest thing because if you have too much information on your website, it can be hard for the end user to find what they're looking for quickly. Oftentimes it also um, helps guide leads further down the funnel a lot quicker by having call to actions in the appropriate spaces and everything like that. Our We have in-house design, SEO, and paid ads team that they're really going to make sure that the website and landing pages are optimized as best for conversions, and that's really just going to give you the most return on investment possible.
Okay, what would you say about strategic branding and identity?
Yeah, a cohesive brand is a huge thing for a lot of practices, especially in terms from like the logo design to the messaging. Can often be used to build that immediate trust and recognition if it is a popular brand. And then prospects can also stay engaged a little bit longer on the site and are a lot more likely to convert once you have that streamlined brand experience.
Perfect. What about our automated funnels and lead magnets?
Yeah. So that's kind of going to be a part of our DLM Pulse platform. We have ready to go sales funnels and different workflows that are going to be more tailored to the practice after we were to sign on with them. You're going to capture potential clients at key touch points with automated messages and email sequences, allowing the front office staff and the people at your practice to really focus on the people in the office, while our system handles people that might have filled out a form on your website and have ghosted you or not responded at all.
And Jason, this is the one that I think a lot of our clients are not like the most obsessed with, but definitely have a lot more of a they place a little bit more of their eggs in this basket. Search engine optimization or SEO, and then also paid advertisement.
Yeah, search engine optimization is kind of like the foundation of any good website, and a practice that's going to be supported by a good SEO team is going to have better ranking capabilities, which a lot of people who we talk to kind of do get held up on sometimes. Making sure that you're getting discovered by the right audiences, especially at the right time, is going to be huge. Our SEO practices improve organic search traffic and organic reach, while paid ad campaigns drive more targeted web traffic. It's really just going to fuel consistent lead generation for the sales pipeline as a whole.
Perfect. Well, I feel like Chandler and I have learned so much from you today. Thanks so much for joining us on the
Yeah,
podcast.
of course.
Yeah, Jackson, I feel like I can absolutely scan someone off of Jeep brakes. So, like, thank you so much.
Yeah, good to hear.
Just kidding. Thank you so much, Jackson. You were the best ever.
You kicked ass.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
For sure.
Need a digital makeover that screams wow? Dive into DLM's Design Wonderland. From pixel perfect social media graphics to jaw dropping website designs, we're giving Picasso of the digital age. Elevate your brand's visual game today. Contact your marketing specialist or contact our sales team to learn more.
Hi, Lauren and Chandler. If you could choose one marketing tool to use every day, which would it be?
That was a really awesome question. I think if I could use any tool, I would do Google Analytics. There's just so much in like one dashboard. It's amazing. You can look at landing pages, you can look at traffic, you can look at acquisition, keywords, all these different things in one spot.
So I kind of went a little bit of a different route because I don't want us to say like the same exact thing. So I'm gonna say it a little bit differently, and I'm gonna say our CRM or our pulse. I think being able to actually like have a relationship and manage those customer and those leads and reach out to them and automate email sequences, whether that's like it can integrate with paid ads, you can measure a lot of your marketing performance in there as well. So I would probably say our CRM or like pulse. That would probably be my answer.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, thank you so much for listening today. Thanks again, Jackson, for joining us. And then don't forget to tune in to the next in the Limelight podcast.
Ooh, thank you so much, guys. We love you.
Bye. Woo. All right, we slayed.